Welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3. So, last time round, we did have quite a few battles, but in terms of significant gains, there weren't that many, so I'm hoping to change that by taking 2 provinces, at least 2 provinces. Actually 3 provinces is the main goal here. So we're gonna have our guerrilla forces coming down and attacking, not only here, but of course down at Barcelona or Barcelona. So we're gonna have Francisco Mina attack down here, and we're gonna have, what was this guy called? Francisco. Wait, they're both Franciscos? They are. Francisco Mina and Francisco di Ancia. Ancia. However you pronounce that. And then, if I end turn, then I am within striking distance for Joachim to go ahead and attack Murcia, however you know I pronounce that as well. I said that way too many times. And also if I end turn, the ship will come online and all the good stuff. So far it's gone reasonably easy. We had one battle was a little bit touch and go, but I think overall it's going quite well for us. So it's just about time for it to change, isn't it? Really when I think, looking at how I've been able to defeat the enemy forces here, I should have struck this area earlier. And with this force I might have gone directly to wherever they started, like here, gone maybe directly to Zaragoza. Although I think the Barcelona is a better, or the Catalunya region is a lot better, because the way through the mountains for the French is over here. So it's kind of the worst position actually to take, because from France to get through, it's only really that way, that route, that is actually like a road. All others you have to pass through the wilderness. So I don't think they're gonna be marching there. Anyways, let's not drag it out. I'm just looking around to see if I would get anything, but I don't think I did. There's not a lot to be done in terms of the diplomacy and stuff like that, and this. So we'll take Francisco. Oh, wait. Jean-Baptiste Béziers with a half stack. Actually, the rest of the stack is over here. The thing though is I still have movement range. Should be quite easy to defeat the armed citizenry if we're able to. If I'm able to maneuver in a way that I can concentrate all my fire on like a corner unit, then we can just run it through, have my cavalry run them down. And the upside with this army is that 2 of my units are able to form square. I believe we can see ability. I think one of them. Maybe this wasn't the one. I know the general unit. Certainly. Shameless guitar plucker. Haha! Ole! Ole! Okay. Right, just like any Spanish would do. Play the guitar and say ole. With that said, let's draw into battle. And destroy the French force guarding this place. Right, I'm currently trying to maneuver into a way in where I can focus down my fire onto my enemy. Currently though, we're having a little bit of trouble doing that, but I think I will be able to hit this flank right here. Oh, we're actually within range as the cavalry passes. We ended up losing only 4 men through that battle. And yeah, I don't know where I got the 1,000 men more. They did have plenty of units, but they didn't have actually that many. And most of it's armed citizenry, so it's no surprise that against a regular force, especially one that is as veteran as ours, is able to defeat them. It would be a little bit different if we run up against these guys. Proper lancers, cannons, and even trilliers of the young guard. Now, we might lose this, but I'm hoping that we collect at least 1 turn of replenishment in this region. And I'm thinking we're gonna head through here to get the ports. So that's the first battle done. Now it's time for the second one over here. I think this one will go better, just because, like, we're full strength. Wait, this here's a battle that we're actually where we actually are outnumbered by 1,000 men. A little less than 1,000 men. 970. No, 150. 951, right? Am I? Well, I don't know. No, 69. No, whatever. There's a lot more of them. Almost 1,000. We've got a proper general from this one though, so I can inspire and do stuff like that. But the thing is, it's gonna be the similar as the last one. The upside here is I've got a pretty decent size cavalry unit, and as long as I'm set up to hit the enemy armed citizenry with that cavalry, we'll just scare the entire force into retreat within seconds, I believe. With that said, let's see if I can actually achieve that in this battle. My plan here is fairly simple. We've got the main force here, our 2 units of infantry marching forward, supported by the general, and they'll be able to lay focus fire as we end up in the flank here. So we should be able to lay focus fire on this provincial corps unit just at the edge. Actually, I don't want to go that far. We're going to stop here. So just at the edge of the woods, I should get the defensive bonus of being in the woods, while they're gonna be out in the open. And then I've placed, as you can see, my hussar unit over here, ready to come riding in, striking the enemy armed citizenry. quite a few more losses than in the previous battle, but we're all still talking about 37 compared to 1,330 enemies. 500 kills for the Hussars by the end of it. Lots of chevrons gained. Also note here 5 troops friendly fire in that. Wonderful. So we've taken this province. I don't have the money to repair or do anything, but the province is under our control, which is just what we want. Now all I need to do is end turn, take this, and we have connected the entire east coast of Spain, and it's back under our control. So let's go ahead and do just that. Interesting, the French made no attempt whatsoever to retake the province. I thought for sure they were going to take it. Agent detected, so this agent has been detected. French troops there. Thing though is we're going to be moving through here soon, so I want to move back and take a look at what's going on there. Return to Madrid. Yes, we recruited the ship, supporting the cause. Our ships lies ready to set sail, senor. Good. We're gonna be able to get military supplies from South America. Now I'm thinking here, we're definitely gonna get more of these ships. We can get some from Mediterranean, but also from North America. The thing is, I've been looking though, I've been looking for freedom. I've been looking to gain control of this. So we'll take a look at who controls it. If it's France or if it's Great Britain. I doubt it's Portugal. Okay, it was Great Britain. No battle today. But that means that all the trade in this area is coming from the port and not from this trade node. It also means that this trade node is free, because nothing's going that way. Although I do want to control these ports. But I think it might be more important, possibly, to get how much. We might want to raid this on our. We should definitely raid this on our way back, wherever we end up, like here. So we'll raid this on our way back. But what I also want to do is I want to get over to where their source is actually coming from, which I'm guessing is up here somewhere, because it's not, they don't have any ports on this side anymore. So it must be this must be controlled by France. Unless, of course, it's this one. Well, we'll have to move either way, move that way to check it out. To check where their troops are. I'm gonna move these back because I'm sure Wellington actually wants to get through here. And so we're gonna get the priest in here. We're gonna get this army to march forward. Claim this. Demand surrender. Occupy peacefully. Great. We're not gonna stay here. We're gonna move north immediately. Repair this. And then we want another merchant one. We can get one more. Preferably then we would actually replace whatever the enemy has here to our own. If we can sink the French force there. It depends, of course, what kind of ships they have. If they have 2 big ships, then I didn't mean that as 1-2. Like if the ships are too big for us to actually take on. Because most of our were frigates. We only had frigates, right? Yeah. Biggest gun is a 38 gun frigate, which aren't that big. So if they've got a ship of the line over there, it might very well be too much for us. With the money that I have left, we need to repair this. But I also want to build a church school, because this province is still infected by pro-French sentiment, which is rising 5.5 per turn. It's also that the church school is where we get technology from. So getting a second center would be great. With that, we're gonna take, actually we'll take this entire force, and like the first proper battle of this series is about to take place. We got 2,700 French troops, proper units of line, most notably the second legion of, well, the Polish Legion. We also have, what's this? The 1st Battalion is the first regiment, 1st Battalion of Light Infantry. We also have 4th Hussars and 13th Cuirassiers and 114th less volunteers. Okay, volunteers. Not that. 14E voltigeurs. We have a prominent general who's going to come and lead the secondary force. Right. We have 2 6-pounders. The enemy got 1 8-pounder. Right. Let's, you know what? Enough analyzing. Let's go straight for it, shall we? And smash the enemy. And so the battle is underway. We've got cavalry on either flank, and then what I've done is I've put all the troops I trust is on the right side, and then on the left we got these cheaper provincial infantry that was newly recruited. I don't really trust them, and so since the enemy has been usually putting their own weakest troops, which seems to be the case in this battle as well, the armed citizenry has ended up on the left. So I think that it will be a quite good strategy. We're gonna move up to this ridge, as you can see, going through here. We're gonna set up the cannons. We're gonna blast the enemy for a bit. We're gonna see if they're gonna figure out their own battle line. And once that's done, we'll move on the attack. We've got some light troops here that I'm gonna set up skirmishing ahead of our line against the enemy. Looks like we got the Polish Legion right ahead of us. Right, so number of weak troops on this side. You're gonna get, I'm actually gonna order this one even a little bit further there. These might come into range pretty soon. Okay, we're already bombarding the enemy over here. What I think we'll do now is we'll actually split up the good units, as I'd call them, by having some going out here on the flank and some staying behind the light infantry to press the attack on the enemy on this side. Guys over here don't know what they're going into. We've got heavy cavalry on this side ready to pounce down on the poor little armed citizenry that is marching forward. They're actually moving plenty of their good troops over to this side. And this side of my line is kind of out of line with the rest. Actually, you might want to hold here before this cannon just takes you out. Actually, if we hold here, which I think we will,
our general is under attack.
I could order this wing, which currently isn't really facing the enemy, order them to move this way to block the reinforcement instead. Okay, my cavalry smashed through the armed citizenry. Hold fire, you're shooting our own. Continue through. We got mass troop defection over on this side. Actually, I might need you for a secondary charge. You'll just go through, get whatever you can. Okay, now the Polish have given up as well. Let's try not to shoot our own units here. We're marching on the Cuirassier. What I'm thinking is this small unit can actually take up position within the house. And oh shit. You will hold.
Our men are running, sir.
Here's a risk hold. Oh no, my cavalry unit. It had enough, but it took out a lot. The thing is, we need to pursue these, or there's a risk of the enemy taking control. Alright. The enemy was sent away. You hurry, continue on. Why don't you head that way and you head that way? Thing is, they longer the lines, the less morale the units have actually. This will be redeployed. Currently we're firing on our own troops over here. Relocate these two. You have lost 50 men, you'll be moved to reserve. And I'll order the light troops forward actually. I want you... Let's see. I want you in a better position. Where you could possibly be firing both ways. So we still have a concentration here.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest away.
Who's... oh, it's the retreating troops that are back. The Polish troops have held on really well. But now, you know, holding this on their own, having multiple units firing on them, you know, there's no way they're gonna be able to hold. Oh shit. Like cazadors facing the heavy cavalry of the enemy. Move into the house. Were you shooting at? Oh, the general. Forward. I'm ordering these guys into town to pursue the French. And then these two will continue forwards. So much smoke, it's kind of crazy. Alright, the 1st battalion, or the 1st light unit, was broken. The enemy cannon remains though. Let's not put our general right in front of our own cannon. The enemy over here is breaking even just by the sight of our troops advancing. These poorer style units will continue to march after the enemy right through town, make sure that they don't come back. Right, fire at will. Give them hell, boys. The enemy has been forced back. Continue the advance. What we have left there is the cuirassiers. The thing is, what's left coming out there could probably be taken out just by my cavalry. It seems there's a huge problem with morale when it comes to the enemy troops. Because I thought these battles were gonna be like super long, and we would have to face tons of troops over a long period of time. There's more enemies in the woods. Advance. Continue the advance. I think we're hitting our own house there. Someone tell the artillery we're under control of that area. This unit broke long before our cavalry even made it. At this rate, I'll be in Paris before Wellington. What do we have? Oh, it's the artillery that's come back. Oh, why are you having such a... Oh, because there's so many troops around you. That's causing problem. Our cavalry crushed these. The thing is, I want to make sure that we run these guys down, because these were the reinforcement units. So those we need to run down until they're destroyed, otherwise they'll be coming back. And I was worried here. I was worried putting this battle in the video just because I thought, oh, this is going to be a long and grueling battle. Turned out to be nothing of the sort. But yet again, I think it's a lot to do with the armed citizenry, and that is causing a problem for the French. Like, they just have... The morale is just so piss poor for those units that it's more of a liability to field them than not to, really. They would be better off not fielding those units. Incredible! We took out a force of almost 3,000 from the French, while only suffering 300 casualties, more or less annihilating the French force. Only 25 of them remain after the battle. This is starting to be... Like, I think still that it's a lot due to the weaker troops. We saw that some of my weaker troops were about to break. And, you know, the Polish unit held pretty well, but just the fact that, you know, the debuff of retreating troops close to you and the fact that they have so many... So once we start to meet proper units in the field, then I think it will be a lot harder because... Well, I imagine the French has got a lot better troops when it comes down to it in the end. But I mean, this is ridiculous. Like 315 casualties, whereof which now it starts to look like what I'm used to. Like not really a third, but close to a third almost of the troops I lost were killed by myself. And then cavalry just absolutely slaughtered as we go through here. I mean, just look at the comparisons here. We almost killed, for every one of us that died, there almost died 10 French soldiers. That's a lot. Now the general managed to get away. Now I noticed Actually, when I held over him, moused over him in the battle, he called, what was it, Le Hombre de Justo or something. And I wonder what, like that was his nickname. Something like El Hombro or Le Hombro Justo. And I wonder what that means. Because, well, I don't know, I don't speak Spanish. But I noticed that was his nickname. So right now it seems like, I wonder because it's going, it's going really easy for us to conquer this. But I wonder if there's going to be a turn where, you know, armies like this is going to turn up with proper troops. And we're going to have to meet them in the field and not in a town where we can bank on the fact that we can shoot down the armed citizenry. And the armed citizenry will rout through the forces and break all of it. So I might as well capture as much as I can, as quickly as I can, before, you know, everything tumbles awry. And also, there is a bit like, I've seen that, you know, Napoleon Total War 3 is kind of a hate-love thing, because so many people want it, but at the same time, there's quite a vocal minority that's always like, ooh, Napoleon Total War 3 again? And I do realize that, at least if we count from the very inception of me starting to like put out these kind of YouTube videos, that I've done a lot of campaign videos for a lot of Napoleon Total War 3 campaigns. And here's yet another one. But for me, this is perfectly fine, and it kind of breaks it up from, we've done a lot of the World War 1, and in the end, those grenades whistling through the air, eventually it kind of wears on your mind, just like in the actual trench warfare, I imagine. Well, not really exactly the same. There's not like a reasonable chance of me dying. Well, I guess if I sit here too long in the chair, I'll get a heart attack. Anyways, we'll not get sidetracked. We had 3 battles in this. This video is going to be way too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and that's going to be it for it. So, as always, I'll say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!